When I got the first one, I was literally seconds away from stepping onto the plane when a call from unknown blared from my cell phone. It was a ringtone I haven't heard before, one I'm pretty sure hadn't come with the phone. Normally I would have stopped, I wouldn't have answered it, but I was expecting a call I had from a job interview for the previous week. I took a deep breath and I accepted the call. Hello?
Don't get on the plane.
A voice, garbled and strange, as if her vocal cords had been shredded, and it was desperately trying to choke out speech. Despite the unnerving, fractured quality of her voice, her tone was insistent, eerily calm. Then the call suddenly ended. I froze. I always had a slight phobia of air travel, and something about this call just... No, there's no way I was about to get on a 7-hour flight now. I turned around and headed towards the food court. I would just get another flight later that afternoon, I figured. I watched from the airport Starbucks 3 hours later as every TV in the terminal lit up with the crash footage of the plane I should have been on. No survivors, not a single one. I tried to trace the call, so did the police, but there was nothing to trace. There was no evidence on my phone that I had ever received a call around that time. They analyzed phone records, incoming and outgoing communication to my phone, and nothing. I wasn't making it up. I couldn't have been. That wasn't the only call. Throughout the years, they were few and far between, but they were always right, and I always listened.
Do not go on the blind date tonight.
5 months later, my would-be date was convicted of killing 4 men, all with my hair color and build. They found them in a shallow grave about 250 feet from the diner she offered to take me to.
Do not go to the concert tonight.
18-wheeler lost control and plowed into a line of cars, every driver crushed and killed in the stretch of freeway I should have been on. No matter if I got a new phone, if I moved across the country, the calls would still come. I could almost feel the presence of whatever it was, wherever it was watching over me. I imagined being at the bottom of the frozen ocean, still strapped into my coach section plane seat, or being in the mass grave from the diner, or watching an 18-wheeler skid toward my car, knowing death was imminent. And I'd get this tightness in my chest. I think about the thin line that was, how close I'd gotten. If I hadn't had a job interview I was waiting to hear from back then, I wouldn't have never picked up the first call, and it would be the last for me. It always felt like something was coming for me, but there was always this fractured, warped voice with these calls that never seemed to exist after I heard them. Self-destructing warning signals riding away before my eyes, and I was alive. I had a bad feeling about this cruise. I planned a guys' week with some old friends from college, and was looking forward to a week in the tropics in the dead of winter. But part of me could almost sense the call that was coming. Maybe I'd watched the Titanic one too many times, but there was still this nagging fear from the start. I hoped it would be fine, but if there was something that was going to happen, I'd get the call and I'd know. Now, a week before I set to go on the cruise, after stepping into my apartment after returning from dinner with a friend, I noticed my cell had a message from unknown. That's weird. They never left me a message before. I haven't checked my phone all night. And I really wanted to go on that cruise, too. Oh well. Not worth whatever horrific fate awaited me in the cold, dark ocean. I clicked play message, and I felt my stomach drop as I listened to the voice, sounding horrifically distorted, as if it emanated from a throat slashed to ribbons, crackling with more urgency than ever before. I looked around my apartment as the voice on the phone repeated the same phrase over and over again.
Do not come home tonight. Do not come home tonight. Do not come home tonight. Do not come home tonight.